Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please do a sound check real quickly and say good morning and where you are from in the questions box. So it's kind of like you're asking a question, but you actually have the answer. And tell me where you're from. Questions box, say good morning and where you are from. We'll get started in just 1 minute, my rock stars. Well, rise and shine, peeps. Today is your day. Today is your day. Who do we have here joining us today? Good morning from Connecticut, Michelle Mayo. Gail Z is in the house from Michigan. Orlando, Marcy Walsh is with us. Scottsdale, Arizona. Sherry Carnicle, how you doing? Mountain Time. Christy Miller from Carrollton, Georgia. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Debbie Harding here again every day. Orlando, Florida. Kimberly Hunt. White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Laura Anderson's in the house. Good morning from Seattle with John Paulson. Linda Krause from Moments, Illinois. Carrie O'Connor from Naperville, Illinois. Spencerville, Ontario. Mary Craddock's in the house. Haddam, Connecticut. Don McNary. Jim Nickerson from Boston, Lisa King from San Antonio, Seaverville, Tennessee, Catherine Lavelle, or Lovell, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Tom Kinnaman, Cindy Diaz Telly from Southern California. We need to give our West Coast peeps an extra round of applause this morning, right? Christine Storms is in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina, or Raleigh, North Carolina. Aletha Saunders. Paul Cervoni from Boston. Philly, Laura Woodard. Melinda Frieselbahn, our winner from last week photo contest. San Leon, Texas. Wilmington, Delaware with Cheryl Stewart. Kevin Gredker, Brainerd, Minnesota. Valdosta, Georgia, my neighbor. Janice McMillan, Lisa Booth from Orlando, Tim Kister from home of the St. Louis Cardinals, Lois Donnelly from Connecticut, Barbara Chambers from Central Virginia, Lake Monticello, Virginia, beautiful, beautiful area, by the way, Yana Smith, Amber Crosby from Fort Lauderdale, Jeannie DiCarlo from Scottsdale, Arizona, my mountain time friends, Barbara Morocco, Howard County, Maryland. Don Maloney from Monroe Falls, Ohio. Donna Jones, listen to this, from Freeport, Bahamas. Happy Valley, Oregon. Robert Wheely. Virginia Dean was up early this morning. Karen Benefield's up this morning. Rancho Santa Fe, Margarita, California. Do they just call that RSM locally? Because Rancho Santa Margarita, California is really a lot to say. Lizette Sanchez is in the house from Florida. Raquel Horfer from Philadelphia, Ocala, Florida, with Mr. Tom Kane. Cindy Keel from Glenwood, Iowa. Homewood, Illinois, home of the rock stars. Carrie Stoltz. Lutz, Florida. Brian Forster. Margaret Ramsey from Urbana, Virginia. Syracuse, New York. Janine Volpe, and on and on. I don't have time to mention you all. I'd love to. So, are you up like a rocket this morning? Right? Lower right hand corner. Are you up like a rocket? Some of the best pictures have come over the last 3 days. I have to tell you. I mean, look at this. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous mornings. Look at this, right? You're doing the reading in the morning. You're checking out the website, 30mornings.com. You're doing your vision boards. Oh my gosh, I love that picture. And then, I mean, just like that just says peace. The trees, some of these could just absolutely be works of art. To have your photo featured, just post it on Facebook with the hashtag 30 mornings, and you know the drill. So the weekend winner was Brian Murrow, who got this awesome picture of the kayakers out over the on the lake, and with the orange and yellow sky. Just a beautiful, beautiful shot. Gotta love it. All right. Brian, please email 30mornings@gmail.com to get your digital surprise. So how to win the day. If you win the morning, you win the day. Here's how to start the day off right. So we have covered it, right? We've covered silence. We covered meditation. We covered prayer. We covered breathing. We've done several breathing exercises focusing on, let's do that one more time. Everybody together, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Throw your shoulders back. Just let's do one more of those. Just let your body settle into its posture position. Shoulders back, shoulders kind of roll back and down, and you just are, your back, your spine is like just so straight up and down. You feel powerful. Let's do one more. Okay, I feel better already. Good. I did those some more this morning. It feels good even the second time around. I will tell you that. Affirmations. We talked about affirmations. We're going to go into a little more depth with affirmations this week. Essentially, they're I am statements. They're positive self-talk. And we showed you how to change what most people do with affirmations, which is, this pie in the sky, I am driving my Ferrari 350 miles an hour on the Autobahn, right? And there's more to it than that. What we have to do is we have to make it believable for the subconscious, and we've done that with statements like committed to, so that, and or something better. And we're going to really develop and hone those this week, because I truly believe that no morning ritual is complete without affirmations. Visualization, we talked about visualizing your perfect appointment. We've talked about visualizing visualizing your perfect meeting. I truly encourage you to visualize your perfect day, right? Your perfect day and what that looks like, hour by hour, truly. Now, exercise, my suggestion is, man, maybe you don't hit the hard stuff early, right? Maybe you're not going in, but some of you have developed your body to where it's craving that in the morning, and more power to you, more power to you. But it doesn't have to be CrossFit. It doesn't have to be super intense. And there's so much research for that supports getting the blood flowing in the morning, even if it's only a minute to 7 minutes. There is benefit to just 1 minute or 5 minutes or 7 minutes of exercise. Reading, getting that nonfiction, filling your brain with good stuff, right? There's an old term from programming, which was garbage in, garbage out. If your programming is garbage, then guess what? The outcome at the end of the program is going to be garbage. It's the same way with your brain. Garbage in, garbage out. But you know what? Beauty in, beauty out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. So, and then we talked about journaling. We have been journaling. A lot of you have been focusing on your freedom journal. Others of you have just free journaled, and it's all right. It's all good. So, day 22, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, day 22. So, Monday, 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern. Our wake-up call was to get up 1 hour earlier than our start time. We have achieved our goal, right? We have hit it. Now, what we have to do is we now need to make the goal our habit, right? And that's where maintenance comes in, and that's where true growth comes in keeping, right? Keeping the habit. Please write that down. True growth means keeping the habit, which means keep going, keep doing it. Keep doing it until it feels uncomfortable not doing it, right? The focus today is bedtime affirmations. This week, one or two of the days, you may struggle. You may struggle. It could be Wednesday, could be Thursday, could have been today, but you may have one just because your body wants to resist that you achieved your goal. Isn't that funny? It just does. It just does. But here's the deal. Show up no matter what. You're at 170 right now. We have 170 of you. I knew there were 3 or 4 that couldn't make it. They let me know, which I appreciate. I still say, okay, why? It's morning. What the heck could you have as an interrupter in the morning, right? Unless you're speaking, which I had that experience. So 170, 171. Now we're going up, right? We'll be at 180 before the end of the call. But it's like you're here, you're making it happen. But one of the things I want to do is I want to make it easier for you to wake up on time. That's my goal today. So digital support, I have to thank Jennifer Hatcher for this recommendation. It's Gaia, GAIA.com. It's a site on yoga, spiritual growth, health, and longevity. It's a pretty cool site. Pretty cool site. You can get nuggets out of that site. Little slurp of the coffee there. Agenda. Congrats, you did it, right? 1 hour earlier was your goal. I have to really commend my West Coast people, but you know what? I also need to commend my East Coast people who were getting up at 8 and now they're getting up at 7, right? I have to commend that. And you had to get up at 6:45 to make it to this call, right? To just get on a webinar, you got to turn the computer on, you got to get going. And so kudos. Some of you may have not ever seen the 6 number in the morning before. And here you are at 6:45, you got up and you're on this at an hour earlier. All of you, seriously, so proud. I'm so proud. Aren't you proud of yourself? You know, give yourself a little high five, right? Some people would call that a clap, but hey, give yourself a high five. You've shown up no matter what. Now it's time to finish strong, right? Now it's time to make this happen every morning. A great morning starts the night before. So I want to cover, in fact, I'm going to give you bedtime affirmations. And these are different than what is in the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents. They are very similar, but there's a few word tweaks that are slightly different that you may want to incorporate. Now, I want you to know something. You don't have to write this down. What I want you to do right now is I want you to just take in the information. What we're going to do at 30 Mornings is I have these in a document, in a PDF, and we will upload these into the files of the 30mornings.com, of the 30 Mornings Facebook group, so that you do not have to write these down now, well, unless you want to. And we'll make sure that you get these 4 steps. There are 4 steps to the bedtime affirmation. So what we have to do is we have to transition from this thought of today to this thought of tonight to this thought of the excitement of waking up, right? So mentally, subconsciously, we have to ease our mind from the day, because how many of us can lay there and just run through the entire day or the entire week through our head and just lay there and we're staring at the ceiling and we don't get any sleep, right? What we have to mentally do is say it's okay with our brain and take away from that, ease into the sleep is going to be awesome, and then ease into we're going to wake up excited, right? So the first step, the first thing that I read to myself is, sometimes I even say God before this, which you know I for whatever your reasons are, you say wherever you want, but it's just like I just sometimes I just start with, God, I have completed all of my daily tasks necessary to prepare myself for tomorrow, including setting everything out that I need for my morning ritual. My water's ready. My toothbrush is ready. My alarm clock is across the room, so I will have to get out of bed to turn it off. I have decided what time I'm waking up, and I have clarity as to specifically what I will do when I wake up. I am anticipating the morning with positive expectations and excitement because I am well aware of the benefits that I will receive by choosing to wake up and executing my personal, powerful morning ritual. It is allowing me to become the person I need to be to easily and consistently attract, create, and sustain the life that I truly want. So, what do you get out of the first part? Give me some feedback. This is the first part, right? What do you notice here? What are you seeing? What are your thoughts? What do you think here? Yeah, so desires get you going, habits keep you going, right? Exactly. Yeah, some people are like, I love this nightly ritual piece. Page 48 is earmarked in the book. That's right. This is from page 48 with a little bit of tweak, right? So Don McNary says it's positive self-talk. You know, Joanne Donahue's feeling of accomplishment, right? Gratitude is in there. Consistency. Sherry Carnicle, you hit it on the head. One of the powers of this is that it kind of sets your mind into, okay, I'm going to bed now, right? Um, Anticipation for tomorrow. Positive completion of the day and setting up for success for the next day. Clarity. Letting go of your brain. Also notice that it's saying that I'm set up for tomorrow. I have literally started reading my bedtime affirmations, and it's like, oh crud, I forgot to put the sound button on my phone. Like during the day, my phone is on vibrate, but when I set the alarm, I have to switch it to where it is on sound because it's in the master bathroom. So I have to get up to go turn it off, which, that's like its own little ninja life hack, right? Is don't have it next to you. That's another nice thing is, okay, the phone's in the bathroom. It's not with you at the bed, right? So you also don't have that technology issue. So that's just step one. Now let's go to number two, right? So here's the thing. Here's the second. I'm going to bed tonight at 10 p.m. and waking up at 5 a.m. Or let's use today, right? Um, for our California folks, it could be I'm going to bed tonight at 9:30 p.m. or 9 p.m. let's say, and waking up at 4 a.m., which gives me 7 hours of sleep. This is plenty. In fact, it is exactly what I need in order to perform at a peak level tomorrow. The reality is my mind controls my body, and I really only need as much sleep as I tell myself and choose to believe that I need. Many of the most successful people in history have functioned optimally on 4 to 8 hours of sleep, and I cannot allow myself to fall into the limiting belief that sleeping more will somehow improve my life. In fact, it will be seriously detrimental to my stress level, finances, relationships, career, and lifestyle goals. My quality of life as I know it depends on my waking up on time tomorrow. All right, thoughts here. Let's break it down. Breakdown number two. Yeah, it truly is. Gail Z, she said I do better on 6 to 7 hours of sleep, and you know what? Most people do. You, how many of you've ever had like 9 hours of sleep or 10 hours of sleep, and you found that you were just groggy all day, that you just felt behind all day, right? Yeah, you're setting your internal clock here. That's exactly what you're doing. If they can do it, so can I. Arlene Quirk says, setting your internal clock. This is what draws me to MMREA. Is most people think I'm crazy because I do 4 hours of sleep. Lorena, I think you're crazy, but I kind of like crazy. You're weird in a good way, right? You're doing 4 hours of sleep. That works for you. Um, I can't sleep after 8 ever, Christy Miller says. This confirms the quality of my life is excellent, a great mindset. Too much sleep is no bueno. Helping set the mindset. I can't sleep the next day. I do great on about 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Anne Marie, did you notice that that is an affirmation, right? So, and she said, what about the recent data about Alzheimer's and sleep? And Anne Marie is like, okay, Alzheimer's talked about you need to get more sleep. The less, here's the thing. It's very personal, and I'm actually going to approach this subject. This is not about working your way to getting 4 hours of sleep. You realize that, right? I mean, please notice that you might be getting to bed a little bit earlier. What this is this is only moving your most effective time to the morning, right? What it is if you're getting up at 9 and going to bed at 11, what is happening is your 10 to 11 time is typically your least effective time. You might think you're a night owl and you might think you're being effective, but listen, your body, your brain, your mind, your spirit, your willpower are all at their weakest point. What if we could replace your 10 to 11 time with a 8 to 9 a.m. time? And that's what we're doing. And when we do that is, yeah, you're going to bed at 10, but you're taking away your least efficient hour and you're adding a more efficient hour. So by law, with getting the same amount of sleep, you're becoming more efficient. So this isn't about getting up earlier. It's not about sleeping less, right? It's about getting up better and waking up better. So hopefully that works. Didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. All right, 7 hours is great for repair, and cortisol less creates weight issues and stress. That's right. You get around 7 hours, what happens is cortisol is your stress hormone, and if you get 7 hours, your body's going to repair, right? And that's Nick Shoemaker's research on herself, right? Um, yeah, most people achieve their best stuff in the morning, right? All right. Yeah, some people are like, I'm sleeping less now and being more productive. That's all good, right? So now, the third step. The third step is, I like the third step. So I am waking up tomorrow morning at 5:55 a.m. because by doing so, I significantly increase the likelihood that I will achieve my goals this week, this month, this year, and for the rest of my life. I am committed to waking up on time tomorrow because number one, doing so will enable me to develop the discipline I need to succeed in all areas. And number two, I know that how I start each day determines how I create my life because my day is my life. I will own my morning, own my day, and own my life. I will win the morning, win the day, and win my life. I will win my entire life. I can no longer accept anything less than my best from myself. And when I accept only my best from myself, I can only accept the best in others from them. So that's the third step. Nothing less than your best. All right, so what do you think about that? Third step. Number three, notice the transition to talking your mind, easing your mind into this, to the third is it kind of makes you itch for tomorrow, right? Yeah, winning, duh. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's awesome. How about this? So Joanne Donahue, our brother-in-law, has been living with us and he notices how much I am doing in the day and asked, what gives? What's up with you? You are up at the crack of dawn and you are baking a cake after dinner cleanup. LOL. She's so on fire, right? You're so on fire. You're all on fire. Looking forward to the next day. It is empowering and motivating. And notice that it's first love yourself. It's fly. This is kind of like this allows me. Notice the allow, right? This allows me to truly soar in the morning. This allows me to be okay. The reason I am flying, I serve other people, right? I am here to serve. So the power here is that this is like, you know what? By being better myself, it's also going to make those around me better. It's going to make my son and his life better because he's going to see me doing what I do. It's going to make my wife's life better. It's going to make my life better, right? So let's go to the fourth, and this is where you may notice a change in my voice because what I do here is I seem to lower, I just kind of like, okay, regardless of how long it takes to fall asleep, what I dream about, how tired or overwhelmed I feel right now, or when I wake up, I will energetically spring out of this bed tomorrow morning at 4:44 a.m. to create the most extraordinary life I can imagine, the life I deserve to live. Time for sweet dreams. Good night. So, thoughts on the bedtime affirmation. Today, it took me 10 minutes, maybe 15. For you, it will not take that long. Yeah, yeah. So, Tim Kister, you said cold water on my face and brushing my teeth before leaving my room is huge in getting me pumped up. Is that in the morning or is that at night? By the way, Wendy, and you're going to hear my whole household in a little bit. I'm doing this from my home office, and Max may run in here and give me a hug, and he's getting ready for school, and you may hear some background noises. So I just wanted to let you know that the whole house is running around now, which is why I get up an hour early, and you will see why in a few minutes. So so it's in the book, Wendy Brown. It's page 48, but I'm going to put it in the file section. I'm going to actually send you the one that I use. Um, yeah, fourth step is simplicity. Absolutely. First thing in the morning. Tim Kister, it's so true, man. I'm so with you. I have the water out on my master bath counter. And so I'll grab that. I'll drink all of that. I will take cold water, splash it in my face, brush my teeth, which sounds weird because I'm going to go and drink coffee and I'm going to need to brush my teeth again. But there's no studies out there that say that if you brush your teeth 4 times a day, it's bad, right? Um, yeah, the lemon water's already there. It's already set up. These are all about how we want our day to go. We are telling our bodies what to do and when to do it, and that's how it works, right? Um, yeah, I love it. I love it. So, all right. So here's the next step, right? So we're going to wrap this up in the next few minutes, but here's your job this week. This week, this is your outcome, your result from 30 mornings. And I can't be more excited. I can't be. Um, so you are going to share and you are going to create your ultimate morning ritual from the moment you get up to breakfast or the moment you get up to the time you leave. You know what? You could do the moment you get up to the end of the day if you want. But what we're going to see, what we want you to share is your morning ritual. So in this case, this is a friend of mine. His morning ritual is 5:30 a.m., wake up to a sip of water and an adrenal supplement, and then brush his teeth, right? So his is kind of similar to some of ours. And then 5:35, open arm stance, which studies show this gives you, he had to tell me why he does it. It's okay. Gives you a boost of testosterone, opens up this is what we call superhero stance. And what it is just so you know what he's talking about, is so you stand up, your feet are shoulder width, your chest is up, and your shoulders are back. Let's just do it. You want to do it? Everybody stand up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. And you may hear it may sound different. Okay. So you stand up and then put your hands on your hips and put your shoulders back and you tighten, and then loosen up and just stand in that stance with your chin pointing up and like you're a superhero, like you're Wonder Woman or you are Superman. Like when they stand at the end of the show, right? The cape's blowing in the wind behind you, right? And your shoulders are back and you're strong, right? Strong, right? So superhero stance. If you can stand in that stance for a couple of minutes, it has been shown to boost testosterone, adrenaline, and it's interesting that a superhero stance would be the way to tap into your superpowers. So the coffee's being made. 5:45, meditate. 6 a.m. read affirmations. I have to tell you that my suggestion to him, and I first said, hey, are you open to a little bit of coaching? Is don't just read your affirmations, write your affirmations in the morning. Write your success affirmations. Now at night, you don't need to write your affirmations. You can really read them and get some good effect. Visualize for 5 minutes. I think that may be a little short, but that's how long it takes him. Read 20 to 30 minutes and then write. He does his email, to-do list, ideas. Notice that he's getting into business mode. He does a top 3 list, right? His top 3 things to get done that day. 6:55 is shower. 7:15 make breakfast prep. 7:35 he does cardio before his breakfast, right? And that's what the fasted cardio means is just. And there's been some research. Bill Phillips out of Colorado first originated that idea of drinking the water in the morning and then do cardio before you eat. But there's actually new research out that says maybe it doesn't matter when you do cardio, just do cardio. Eat breakfast at work, right? And that's his day, right? This is not my schedule, but how you want to break yours down step by step. What is your ultimate morning ritual? That's your outcome. That's your goal this week. And by the way, don't be afraid to share yours today. Notice that this is in notes in on your phone. That's a great place to put it and share it because you can take a snapshot. You can take a snapshot of your own camera, own phone, right? So the Freedom Journal. So notice that day 19, 20, and 21 happened. Friday was the 19th. You already did that one. And then the 20th and 21st, notice day 20 was the last of our second sprint. You accomplish your goals. You've been filling out the Freedom Journal and working this on your way. So real quickly, during your 10-day sprint recap, what was a surprise accomplishment that you achieved? Surprise accomplishment that you achieved over the last 10 or 20 days? Go. What is a surprise accomplishment that you achieved over the last 10 or 20 days? You're like, wow, I did that. What were you just like, wow, that was cool? Maybe a referral, that you felt like just came out of the blue, or you actually got a client and it was easy, or whatever, right? Or you got up. So let's see what you got. All right. Whoa, you guys are really fast typers. Um, okay. Um, Waking up earlier before my alarm, right? Pam Sliger says. I got a referral from writing my handwritten notes, Carrie O'Connor said. I added namaste to my vocabulary, Brian Holt says. Spoke in Houston, Gail Zientek says. Kirk Brewer says 2 referrals from 2 new referral partners. Yay. Mary Kirkendall got a great new listing from an open house I wasn't expecting. Yay. Changing my mindset has happened, Raquel says. I have more clarity about my goals and what I want, getting up this early and actually feeling energized. That was Tony Scarpero. I actually finished reading a book, Aletha Saunders said. That's awesome. I made my 20 contacts during calls, Kara says. Getting ready and focusing in the morning. Setting a morning routine wasn't as hard as I thought. My first listing, Lisa Booth. That's what MMREA is all about, right? Evelyn, getting up earlier, and now looking forward to it. Yeah, wrote first purchase contract. Sherry Carnicle. We were here for that, guys. We were here for the first listing and a first purchase contract. That's awesome. Yeah, my vision board that Tara Hall says is in prayers for Tara, right? And Tara got her vision board done. She's been wanting to do it for years. I now wake up early without an alarm. Lisa King. 6 transactions in January. Goal is 5, and I'm on track, ahead of pace. I actually feel calm and energized. Successful with 2 of my goals. 1 more to go. I love it. Yeah, not only sticking with it and thinking it would be painful, but actually it's peaceful and it's exciting to be getting up. Fred Collish finished the book cover to cover, which is, that's what we wanted to do here. We could just do your typically, boring book club. No offense to book club, but, or we could just experience the book. And that's what I hope you got out of this, right? So good stuff, right? Good accomplishments. Congratulations. So your action items. So 1 is get up an hour earlier than our starting start time. You did it. You achieved a goal, right? Do full savers or silence plus visualization plus whatever, right? What is your ultimate morning ritual? And I truly encourage you to write it down step by step every 5 minutes. Write down what you're doing, what's happened, what it is, and what's going to happen over this week. It's going to crystallize. It's going to go from an idea to manifestation. It's going to go to part of you. So your action item this week is to create your ultimate morning ritual and be prepared to share it. All right. Take your sunrise photo. Those things are awesome, and the sunrises are even more beautiful. Have you noticed that? With spring coming, it just seems like the picturesque, the way it looks, more sunshine, right? Just looks awesome. Post on Facebook and in the group. Please tag hashtag 30 mornings, and then write in your Freedom Journal. Remember to do that today, and we're going to go over that a little bit tomorrow. That's it. That's it. Tuesday morning, tomorrow, 4 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Eastern, 1 hour earlier than our original start time. Ladies and gentlemen, you're doing it. You're making it happen. You're achieving more than maybe any of you even thought possible. You're doing it easily, peacefully, swimmingly. It's amazing how great it feels to get up and get going. You're ahead. Right now, we're going to get off this webinar and you are ahead of the game. You are ahead. You know who wins? You know who wins in life? The one that's ahead. That just makes sense, right? The one who loses is the one who's behind. So why don't we start out ahead? If I gave you an hour head start of your old you, would you win? The answer is yes. The person with an hour head start is always going to beat, even if it's the same person. If I gave you an hour head start, you would win. So the bottom line here is the way to win is by getting ahead. The way to get ahead is to get up, wake up, and seize the day. Get up a little bit earlier. Get up a little bit better. And that's what you're doing. You're doing it. You're achieving it. I will see you tomorrow morning. I appreciate you. I love you. You're doing it. You are 30 mornings. You're first risers in my book, and you are super peeps. I appreciate you. I'll see you online, and I'll see you tomorrow.